Well, welcome everybody here to the Rebels Arca series and the Warren driver training, the Warren School of Racing Etiquette, Launcher Brake Pedal series, Bubble Tire Barn Arca series. And tonight we are at Daytona for what is going to be probably a wild and crazy night of super speedway action. We had a little break from it. All the other series does the right thing, gets it out of the way first off, but here in the Arca series, had to put it a little bit, few races in. So gonna be a fun night, I think. As Daytona is always kind of wild and crazy. A little surprised to see only 22 drivers in here tonight. Normally Daytona brings in the crowd, but and normally have almost about 30 drivers in this series, so a little odd. But we're gonna get ready for some good racing tonight. Regardless, I think they'll still put on a show. And we're calling the Daytona 125. You already know the deal. 2.5 mile super speedway, and we're at night, so the track's gonna be really, really cool. We're gonna jump right in to the grid and see who is Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner. It's gonna be Jonathan Cofield and boy, Stephen McDonald. Two teammates. They are running almost exact same lap time, so I will give them both the pole award. But Jason Lautcher is going to start third, Alan Renecki starting fourth, Stephen Gibson fifth, Mickey Isaac sixth, seventh, Brandon Wallace eighth, Cody Bain ninth, Greg Barnett 10th, Ryan Derrick, Matt Clement going to start 11th, Jason Warren is going to start 12th. Gene Watkinson starting 13th. Charlie Gay Jr. 14th. Greg Froelich 15th. Tyler Rice 16th. William Griffith 17th. Jason Matson 18th. 19th Brandon Pollock. 20th Josh Oswald. 21st Josh Lokovitz. And 22nd Colton Lanford. Well, here we come down to the green flag as we got a 50-lap little shootout here. Should be a pretty quick race, but with cautions, you just never know. And Jonathan Cofield going to lead us down to the green flag. Teammates side by side as the green flag comes out. See if McDonald actually gets a nice little run there. Gets a nose out ahead as they go down into turn 1 and 2. Alan Renecki, though, all over the back bumper of the 68. What you'll see tonight is, Jason Lautcher gets down to the apron as caution already out. As Greg Froelich has gone around. So already a wreck on lap 1. Let's go back and see what happened. Bottom line's going to check up here. And Greg Froelich with a little bit of help from the 12 and 76 involved. Jason Matson. I think this is his first race in the series, and he's going to wreck before turn 1. So already a caution. Jason Matson having to take a tow as he had a pretty hard hit on the front of that car. These two drivers able to keep going around. So not the way you want to start here in the Arca series. Well, while we're under caution, Let's go back and watch that wreck one more time from Jason. Definitely letting off the gas there, trying to stay clean, and then just wrecked both him and William Griffin right up the road. Just nowhere to go. And here I'm trying to grab a gear, but that thing is done, so had to take a tow. Pretty disappointing. It's not the way you want to start off your first race by having to take a tow before lap 1, but it happens sometimes. I need to look up this team name for Stephen McDonald and Jonathan Cofield. I believe Michael Kostick, part of that team as well. I want to say it's Bandits Motorsports. I believe that's what it is. So, see if anybody's got any teammates that are working together that can deal with this duo. Because I think they're going to be, 2 cars are going to be hard to beat. Of course, as always, in Super Speedway, tires are not going to be a deal. I would imagine you'll have to make 1 pit stop, but not 100% sure at 50 laps. But I would imagine somewhere around 30, 35, you'll have to make some sort of stop for fuel if we go green, which is highly unlikely. The Arca car, you'll see that pointed nose that you have on the front. Normally, we see a lot of pushing, but in these cars, you can't do it. Push that front bumper up under the back bumper and lifts the rear tires off the ground. The car's going to go spinning. So, you know, to get a good draft, you got to get up on someone's bumper and just work the brake and the throttle to stay as close as you possibly can without making contact and generate as much speed as you can. Well, all right, well, let's try it again. Let's go back green. We just swapped the front 2 cars as Steve McDonald was able to get a little bit of a lead before the caution came out. So we'll lead down into the Geico restart zone. Steve McDonald takes off. Alan Renecki going to try to follow his tire tracks, but Steve moves up right in front of his teammate. And they barrel down into turn 1. Looks like we're going to make it to turn 1. Let's see if we can make it all the way through it. As right now, Alan Renecki all by himself. No help yet, but Mickey Isaac is coming down to the bottom. The bottom will be a little bit more dominant until it has to check up from everybody kind of courting, I don't know, getting squished and have to check up. So it's like that commitment to the teammates on the top side is going to make it a little bit harder to get back up to the front. As Alan Renecki going to take the lead with Mickey Isaac right behind him, Cody Bain. Inside line, broken up. You got the top 4 cars all the way to Jason Matthews, and then there's Wallace quite a few ways back, and then you got a big gap of cars to Tyler Rice down on the bottom. As you see a couple drivers jump down to the bottom. So you see McDonald got a nice little shove out to the front, but Alan Renecki coming with the help on the bottom. And Steve McDonald going to be in trouble a little bit as he's got a big gap. He's going to fall back to the third line or so. But there's really... Oh, Jason Matthews going to go down pit road. Well, Jason, that's not how you go down pit road, brother. You're going to come back on the track with a pretty damn awesome save. Going to be hitting the back of the bag. But he I don't know what the heck that was. We're still under green, though, as he is apparently going to lose the draft as he tries to get back up to speed. Let's go back and see what happened there. Good grief. There's a little bit of net code from the 58. He goes down pit road, goes through the grass, and able to hang on to it. That's an amazing job. It's like ice down there. And comes back on the track. I mean, that's pretty good stuff right there. He is about 3 seconds back, him and Griff. Gonna need a little help to get back up to the front, but that was kind of crazy back right there. So, but a lot of fun. Let's go back up front. Alrenek, he's still controlling the race on the bottom. That bottom will be dominant as long as the top, you know, is not able to get a meaningful line. Make that topside work. There's got to be a purposeful, you know, decision to push somebody in. So Jason Lockridge, Gibson, those guys in the top line are not willing to get super close and ride there and generate a run. Really not much Steve can do. But as they start to get a little bit closer, tighten that run up, he should be able to use the side draft to get up there pretty easily. So just depends on how aggressive people want to be. If they're wanting to ride and they kind of lift and drag the brake to keep a little bit of distance, it's going to be hard to generate that run. It looks like Jason Lockridge willing to get up there and give 68 a push. He had a nice nose ahead going into turn 3 and 4. Should get a nice run down the front straightaway. Let's see if he leads this lap. Steve McDonald could actually lead it. Very close. Alrenek still going to lead this lap. Mike Austin in the chat. Wide situation here. Cody Bame by himself in the middle. No help as they go down in 3 and 4. Hang on to this. The two front drivers pull down to that middle line. That kind of leaves Steven Gibson out. So Cody able to take that line away from him and get back in that top line. That's actually really good for Cody. That could have been really bad. Could have found himself all the way to the back of the track. Let's go barreling down the back straightaway. Tyler Monecki still lead on that bottom. Even McDonald getting a nice push from Lockridge and Cody there. That top line is formed up pretty good. About as formed up as the bottom is. So you see that Steven's going to have a run here. He's going to lead this lap. So Steve McDonald half a car out in front there. Probably no drone cam tonight. I think my Xbox controller is a little bit out of reach. Luckily we're at Daytona, so I can just keep it all on the action. All be on the camera. I don't really have to change the camera too much. Just try to call as much of the action as I can. A smaller field, I think that's going to make for some pretty good racing here. We're going to click off these laps pretty quick. McDonald able to get down and run Fowler and take control of this race. Jason Lottridge with a full car length out in front with Cody right behind him. That 78 snap-on. D's Nuts Impala SS, love it. Topside had a massive run and got out too far ahead. You see the danger in that is top line has to regroup. Stephen McDonald now on the bottom line. You would think would suffer a little bit, but man, Cody and Jason really good little tandem here. Cody right on that back bumper, and that's what you got to do. Jason doing a little bit of side draft, but actually not that aggressive. Doing a really good job making that top side work. Stevie Gibson back there just definitely doesn't seem like he's ready to get up there and be super aggressive. So you see him kind of keep it with the distance. Probably a really smart move. Lane racing is always the same every week. It's basically you want to be up front. You have to constantly work to position yourself for the end of the race. If you're going to make pit stops, and if you're planning on having green flag pit stops, you have to work with your team, figure out when everybody else is pitting, make sure you come down with enough cars to make a draft. As that bottom line gets a little squeezed by the top there, but mainly you're just trying to position yourself close to the front. That way, you get down to 20 laps to go, you're up in the front, and you have a shot. Hang around the back too long, find yourself trying to miss some wrecks, and if those wrecks never happen, you kind of find yourself at the end stuck about 10th place with nowhere to go. And Jason Lottridge with another big push. Thought about maybe dropping down, but saw the big run that the 68 had, decided against it. Side by side here on lap 17 to 50. By doing a good job minding the P's and Q's right now. Like I said, you see a lot of gaps there as we get towards the back of the pack, guys. Really taking it easy. But up front, it is a slugfest up here. As Cody Banks going to drop back off of Jason Lottridge. That bottom line, or top line, will drop back just a little bit. Oh, Jason Lottridge and Mickey Isaac, they touchdown going through the tri-oval. That's what I like to see. Banging doors, but no wreck. That's great. Probably gave those drivers a heart attack. Bernecki in 72 jumps up to the high side to be the leader of that line. Maybe try to get pushed back up to the front like he was before. Almost able to clear him there. Let's see if he decides to pull down before turn one. Not quite able to clear him, it doesn't look like, so he's going to continue to lead that top line. Looks like we're coming up on the lap car of the 76. That's Jason Matson, and he is going to pull off. He was involved in that lap one wreck, had to tow. Already a lap down, going to go down 3 laps. He's really hoping for some cautions to get back on lead lap. But going back here, checking in on these two drivers right here, William Griffith and Jason Warren. They are 35 seconds off the leader, 33 off the pack. And you'll see the pack sort of off the periph there. We'll actually go and bring up the track map. You can see the pack is coming as they're two-car tandem going into turn 3 right now, and you see the field on your screen at the very top coming off of 2. So these guys need a caution fast, or it can get it's going to get a little crazy up here as these two trying to draft, but 2 cars in the Arca car. Just the speed difference is just insane. Right now, Alan Renecki and Steve McDonald running 190, and these two barely 192 in the pack, barely 187 with these two drivers. So losing quite a bit of time every lap. Going back up here to the front, Alan Renecki not able to make any headway on the top side just yet. It's a nose out in front. Got it in, but Cody Bain drops down to the bottom line, so that's really gonna drag that top line back a little bit. How well Jason Lotcher is going to stay locked to the back bumper. See there on the bottom of the screen, the two drivers, William Griffith and Jason Warren, about to be swallowed up by this pack. And they actually go down pit road, so they're going to make their pit stop here as they go a lap down. Interesting call there. I don't know if I love that call. You probably cause an accident, so I don't know. But I would love to try to get up there side by side and try to stay out front. Do the best I can to work both lanes. Guys don't like that. We'll probably take it 3 wide. But now they put themselves in a position where they are still in the same position and are going to lose even more time. So come out of pit road right now. Yeah, I don't really know about that call. It's interesting to do that. I think I would have tried a little bit to stay out in front of the pack, but obviously the situation's not very good for these two. So pretty much anything you do is going to have negative consequences. So they're doing the best they can, stay out of trouble. Hope for a caution. If a caution comes out before everybody pits, they'll get the wave around. Al Renecki going to jump down to the bottom. Getting about 25 laps to go. I would assume there are going to have to be pit stops made. So we're going to start to see guys mosey on down to the bottom line as we get ready to head down pit road. And there goes Matt Clement now. Matt Clement, Brandon Pollock, and Colton Lanford getting in really, really hard. I don't think that he made it. Matt Clement still speeding down pit road. I think he just decided, well, they got me, might as well just go on and make it happen. So he gonna get a penalty there for sure. Not sure if Brandon Pollock slides through his pit stall. Tyler Rice slides through his pit stall. Colton Lanford sitting sideways in his. So, there's just a bad aura around this whole pit cycle right here. I don't know. I wouldn't want to come in on this lap. This one was a tough one. Tyler Rice heading out now. The only one moving as it comes off pit road. And looks like everybody sped. Matt Clement, Brandon Pollock, and Colton Lanford. So Tyler Rice feeling pretty lonely as here comes the field to kind of scoot on by him as he's coming off pit road now. He'll go a lap down, and he will be all by himself. That is a bad feeling in that velocity number 6. But back up front, so pit stop's already happening. Not going well so far. We'll see. It seems like it's really tough to get down to pace speed. As we saw 3 drivers there get caught for speeding. No takers on pit road yet. I would assume the thought here is pit when everybody else pits. If you stay out the longest, that's the less time you have to spend on pit road. You're not going to pay. But how much fuel you need to make it to the end, most likely. Definitely not going to take tires. So the longer you run, the less fuel you really have to put in, I guess. I guess it would be the same. I don't know. I don't think that works. I think I just made that up. But if I pit on lap, I pitted halfway, I've got to put enough fuel to make it 25 more laps. And if I go, if I've got 10 laps to go, I only have to put enough to make it 10 laps. So that's even less time on pit road. So it does check out. Heck yes. Michael Costa says, pretty good racing so far. Yeah, it is. Really nice to have a clean race. Of course, I don't know what it is, but it seems to be right around 20 car fields. Seems to be the sweet spot. If you can get 20 cars, as I thought they were heading down pit road the way Warnecki was looking, but staying on the track. Seems like in these big super speedway races, you get 30, 35 people, it just becomes a mess. But who's coming down pit road? We know we got quite a few teammates working together. Maybe even during the plate racing, sometimes you have teammates that you don't normally have, just to have somebody to work with. Of course, we know Cofield and McDonald working together, I would imagine. Imagine Brandon Wallace, Cody Bame, Lottridge, Oswald. Those guys will probably pit together. Outside of that. Here comes the field to put Jason Warren and William Griffith another lap down, so they will go 2 laps down. Just a frustrating race after we saw Jason go through the pits, through the grass, come back along the track and lost the grab, and just hasn't had any cautions to make it up. As the field's going to come up on a lap car. Oh my goodness, and there's one in the wall. The lap car gets hit by the 53, and they're kind of spreading out all over the place. And oh, the 17, somebody, good grief. Oh, they're still wrecking. They're like, hey, caution didn't come out yet, so let's keep wrecking. My goodness. Cannot believe there hasn't been a caution. Charlie Yates going to go ahead and spin out. He might do one of his stopping on the track tricks that he's done before. See what he decides to do. he is keeping it rolling, so we stay green. My goodness, there was a lot that happened there. Let's go back and see. As looks like the 17, Josh Oswald. That's the first car I remember seeing. Oh, that's right. As they're coming up on the lap car, the 53 is going to go 3 wide in the middle and kind of drift up into the 76, and they make contact with the 17. The 17 on the apron, and then the 2 comes back up on the track from the apron and pushes the 17 up. I mean, just a wild half a lap there. My goodness, cars are all over the place. But we stay green. So that's going to thin out the herd even more. These guys still have to make their pit stop. Winner, they're going to come down pit road. I mean, with this pack, they're just so much faster than everybody else on the track. So at this point, if these guys can stay out as long as possible, that keeps the race down to just this handful of drivers here. It's about 10 drivers. 16 laps to go here at Daytona. Current leader Alan Renecki, Jason Lottridge leading the top line. Steve McDonald and Greg Froenig sneaking his way up to the top line, right behind Jason Lottridge. Lottridge going to jump down to the bottom. Still no takers in this front pack. They're catching up on flat car, Steven Gibson and Josh Lokovitz. When is this group going to go down pit road, take their last little splash of fuel? Feel like any lap here. Oh, and caution is out. Tyler Rice has gone off track. Tyler Rice and Brandon Pollock. Oh, and Gene Watkinson. Gene on the apron coming out of pit road, goes into the grass. And seemed to be where this sort of started. He's able to get it going, so I'm not real sure. We saw him involved. I didn't see a... Oh, man. Well, there it was right there as Gene is coming out of the pits. Good Lord, I cannot find a decent camera angle to save my life here. And, yeah, it just goes up the track, and Jason Warren shoots up the track, goes back down, and these drivers get together. go watch it from Warren's point of view, maybe. Trying to figure out where Gene's going to go, and goes up the track. And Brandon Pollock probably couldn't see what was going on, I guess. Yeah, just couldn't see that Gene had gone back down. Didn't really know where he was, and that's all she wrote. So worked out really good for these front drivers. They were able to go down pit road during all that to get their pit stops. Some guys that really lucked out going to get the wave around on this deal, so going to get a few of those guys back in the race. Everybody one lap down should get back on the lead lap. But right now, with 13 laps to go, Jason Lottridge with the lead over Al Wernecki. Looks like Charlie Gates is going to be the lucky dog, and Matt Clement going to be taking a wave around here. So, Lokovitz, Gibson, Warren, Matson, Clement, Colton, Lanford, Greg Barnett, Tyler Rice, all those guys going to get waved around the pace car here right now. So, going to get quite a few of these guys on the lead lap. I believe a couple, maybe Lokovitz, Gibson, Warren, those guys are still going to be a lap down. So they'll need a lucky dog to get back into this one. But it couldn't work out any better for the front drivers who stayed out as long as they possibly could. I mean, who could... I don't know how you calculate the car coming out of pits and getting into a wreck with 3 other drivers running nose to tail. That you don't really expect that. When you think of the wrecks, you expect them to kind of be up in the pack, but worked out good for these drivers, staying out as long as they could. Lights are off on the pace car, though, so we're going to go green this time by. We're going to have 11 laps to settle this thing. I don't think this is going to be our last caution. That would be a silly bet. Definitely wouldn't bet the farm on it. Might need to extend this caution. We still got plenty of drivers who have yet to catch up, but dang, it doesn't look like they're going to do that. So we got drivers who haven't caught up yet to the back of the field. Matt Clement about 4.32 seconds back as we watch the restart here. You see this group of drivers checking up just a little bit, but they're going to have a little bit of speed, so it looks like they'll be able to catch up no problem. But go back up front, though. Jason Lottridge, Al Wernecki battling it out here as this is go time. And, man, I'm expecting to see some really aggressive driving. You see that 58 on the back bumper, that 99 pushing as hard as he can without touching to get a really huge run. Who has to check up just a little bit, maybe get into the wall a bit as well. But so far, so good. Top line looking strong. Bottom line, there's a lot of gaps back there, but if they tighten that up, that bottom line should be the preferred groove here. As Jason Lottridge slides up the track. Doing a little swiping here back and forth. But the intensity, man, I feel my blood pressure going up as 10 laps to go here at Daytona. Everybody's getting a little bit closer, pushing that gas pedal down a little bit harder as that bottom line just dies with a huge run off the top side. The I don't know really what happened there. I guess the topside just got such a nice run. And Alan going to take over the lead, going to drop down to the bottom. Jason Lodger is going to get back to his bumper and gives him a bump, and Bornacki going to go around and continues to bump him. Jason Lodger going to get into, oh my goodness, and a big wreck here is Matt Clement, Jonathan Cofield involved as the 48 and the 72 make contact. The 72 comes down the track, and that dreaded bump in the Arca car that you just can't do, I think might have been the culprit there. Go back and watch it from Lottridge's viewpoint. Comes down the track. Just the lightest of taps right on that left rear bumper is all it took. And Renecki goes around, and then Lottridge gonna slam into the door. Jonathan Cofield, who gets the worst end of it. Let's watch from his. He's giving Brandon Wallace a little push right there, trying to avoid it. Goes all the way up to the wall, but nowhere to go here. Got to get hooked right here by the 48. So caution back out again for that contact for the lead, and Brandon Wallace takes over the lead there after that incident. So could Brandon Wallace get in there and get this win? Been kind of hanging around on the bottom, about 5th or 6th all night long. But with just a handful of laps left to go, he's going to have the lead. Greg Froelich going to be in 2nd. Mickey Isaac 3rd. Ryan Derrick 4th. And Steve McDonald, who's been up front all night long, is going to be running in 5th here. So a couple laps to get everything kind of situated. People are going to go down and get a fast repair if they need one. As Cofield will definitely be one of those drivers to come down and get that fast repair. Ryan Derrick gives up a top 5 running spot to come down pit road. Cody Bain, Alan Renecki coming in as well to get a little bit of that damage fixed. Well, while we're under caution, let's talk to Brandon Wallace, see what he's thinking about right now. Brandon Wallace, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Man, I got you, Eddie. How you doing, brother?
Man, doing good, but you're doing a little bit better after that little incident there between those two drivers. You were able to come out with the lead, and with only a handful of laps to go, man, you got to be feeling pretty good. What's your plan here? What you thinking about?
Man, I'm hoping that outside line doesn't get formed up and push around, and it takes a few laps, and I'm hoping we get maybe one more caution and I can maintain the lead.
Well, are you going to try to work both lanes? Are you going to stick to the bottom? And kind of what's your plan here to try to attack and defend this lead?
I'd rather be in the high lane for on the last lap or last couple laps, but I don't think I can get up there in front of them the way these cars are so bunched together. It's hard to do.
Well, you got Mickey Isaac on the bottom there with you, so you probably got some pretty good help. But you're getting the 1 to green, so I'm going to let you go. Good luck, and we'll see if you can get this thing done.
All right, thanks, Eddie.
As got to get Brandon back down to his channel. So there you have it. Got an idea, wants to be in the top line to get that run off of turn 4, as the top side is usually going to have a head of steam, but not sure if he's going to be able to do it. Where the hell is the pace car? I don't even see the pace car. Brandon's about about a second and a half off the pace car here as he is backing them down. But if you feel like, especially if you're the leader, if you feel like people are laying back, you got to lay back too. You cannot let them get a run, as we're going to have 5 to go whenever the green flag drops. You got to back up to that guy, so he's doing exactly what he needs to do. If Isaac keeps backing up, well, heck, you got to keep going. And roll back on the throttle. You do not want to get out too far and let them get a huge run on you. Green flag is out, and he is going to get a big jump there. A little bit nervous about doing that. I don't know if I would have done it. But Brandon knows what he's doing. He's going to move up to the top line in front of Greg Froelich. See if he stays up there. He actually goes up there, blocks that run a little bit, goes down to the bottom to defend that. Greg Froelich with a huge run. Going to have Stephen McDonald, who we've seen him have plenty of speed. Big run on the top side. No help really for the 99 yet. Greg Froelich going to clear him. Is he going to go down to the bottom? And he does. So Greg Froelich goes down to the bottom and takes over the lead with 5 laps to go. Top side with a huge push down that back straightaway, able to get Greg out front. So he is that 71, no sponsor. Oh, and Brandon Wallace going to go up to the track, get into Stephen McDonald. Tried to self-clear there. Gets up there, no harm, no foul, I guess, but McDonald did a great job of saving that thing and not letting that become a big wreck. That could have been disastrous, as Brandon Wallace doing a little bit of self-clearing, but he knows that's where he wants to be. He wants that 68 to push him. That 68's been fast all night long, and you see right there, big run down the back straightaway with 4 laps to go, and oh, he's going to give him that bump. You don't want to do that. Get him a little bit loose, but 68 backs off of it. Brandon able to hang on to it. Not quite able to clear it, as Brandon Wallace going to get real close. Oh, they're going to beat and bang on the second line as cars. Jonathan Cofield sideways off of 3 and 4 gets, what a great save out of him. But man, this pack is broken up. You've got 2 by 2 up front, and while that looks pretty good with 3 laps to go, 3 laps is a long time. And I'll tell you what, these guys back here, Charlie Gates, Matt Clement, Jason Lodge, they're going to have a massive run soon. And it's too late to pull punches. So what are they going to do? Charlie Gates actually lifts. I can't believe it. Matt Clement, you see him, he's dang 10 miles an hour faster. What's he going to do? He's going to jump down to the inside middle lane. He's got to take it. He goes down there, and Brandon Wallace closes the hole, and that's going to cause a huge wreck there, as Brandon Wallace was sort of a late block down there on the bottom, and caution couldn't come out. It's just, you can never make those middle inside runs work. The guys just won't allow it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Brandon Wallace comes down and just gets into, I think I said Matt Clement, but that was Josh Oswald, so apologies. But caution is out. Let's go back and watch that again. Watch here as they had that huge run after that. The pack sort of broke up a little bit. You can see the bottom check up here. And 17 going to get a nice little run. See the bottom check up, made a great call, and going to go down to the inside. And the last second, Brandon Wallace comes down. Maybe didn't know he was on his way through the middle, and but he was there nonetheless. And Brandon Wallace is going to go sideways, crossing 17's bumper. But right now, Greg Froning still with the lead. Josh Oswald going to be second with that move. I can't say if I was in the 17 shoes, I wouldn't have done it the same way. If I was in Brandon Wallace shoes, may have closed the door a little bit sooner, but you know, with plate racing with four laps to go, man, all bets are off. To be honest, if I'm Brandon Wallace, I'm probably surprised the run the 17 had up through the middle. Probably didn't expect him to be there before corner entry. Got some people going down pit road. Jason Lauters, Colton Lanford, Stephen Gibson, Jason Moore, Ryan Derrick, and Tyler Rice getting some damage fixed. But it looks like to be about 13 cars on the lead lap here with our first green-white checker with the first of two. So we will do take the green. If we get the white, next flag ends the, well, if we get the white, they're going to race it around to the checkered. iRacing normally doesn't throw cautions. But if we get a yellow before white flag comes out, we'll get another attempt at a green-white checker, and after that one, whatever the next flag is, we'll end the race yellow, white, or checkered. Well, I can't say that if I'm Greg Froning, I feel good. What I'm hoping for is a really good restart, and with a lot of help from Mickey Isaac, who will be behind him on that bottom line, and try to get out front and hope a caution comes out. The leader is really sort of a sitting duck here on these restarts, especially on the bottom. That's why you kind of want to slow roll back to the guy in third and try to get him close to your bumper and kind of roll in the throttle. You saw Brandon Wallace get out about a car length and a half on that the last restart, and that bottom line just got ate up by the top. Because as everybody sort of gets jumbled back up there as they get down to the back straightaway, that bottom line is always going to check up on the first lap, and so the top side just had a massive run. Lights are off on the pace car. First attempt at a green-white checkered. We saw that Josh Oswald willing to do whatever it takes. 17 and 99 lined up together. Will they work together? Didn't seem to hurt those two much at all, so I guess they're probably not too upset. But what's Brandon willing to do? Is he going to push the 17? Is he going to kill the 17? You just never know. Pace car is off, though. We're going to get ready to fire off this first attempt at a green-white checkered, and Greg Froning takes off. Ooh, that is going to be a bad move unless there's a caution that comes out immediately. He is going to get swallowed up. You see the 17 dragging his brake a little bit. He's backing up to the 99. I'll tell you what, that 17 is going to have a big head of steam as he goes down to the bottom, and oh my goodness, car's weaving all over the place. Mickey Isaac makes a smart move up to the top side. And that's probably Greg Froning's best friend, as that kind of checked up both lines to go down the back straightaway. Mickey Isaac getting split in the middle. No help coming for that 01 machine as the 99 and 17 and the 78 locked up on the outside. Are they going to be able to make it 3 wide? Josh Oswald's going to pull down, try to side draft off the 71. No caution. We stay green. see if we can make it down to the white flag. And, man, it is going to be a race to the end here, as we're going to go a little bit wide here. Make sure the camera stays. Oh, Greg Fronek comes up and wrecks the second groove as we come and take the white flag. So this is it. This is a race to the finish, as Greg Fronek and Mickey Isaac side by side, and now Josh Oswald. It's a three-way battle for the end of the race here. Josh Oswald going to go to the outside, blocks that run. I think that's going to end up being going to stall him out. Let's see what he can do with it, as the 71 is going to get to the 01 as they go down into turn 3. Josh still making some headway. It looks like that run may run out. Oh, he's going to get hooked by the 71 as Greg Fronek gets into the side, as they were side drafting there, and Greg Fronek going to win here at the checker flag. Mickey Isaac finishes second. Cody Bame finishes third. Pretty wild finish there, as we go back and check that out one more time. And I guess this is the winning move. Take out your competition. And Greg Fronek drifts up as they're 3 wide and takes out that group. And then goes down in here. Josh Oswald with a last-ditch effort down the back straightaway. And going into turn 3, they are side drafting as much as they can. And then they all get a little bit too close right there. And Josh Oswald goes around. And Mickey Isaac has a little parachute come out there at the end. And Greg Fronek is going to take the win. So, wild finish there. As probably not a whole lot of happy folks there. We watch this one more time. But he is the winner, so congratulations to Greg Fronek. Did what he had to do and able to get the W. So pretty wild finish there at the end. A lot of things that could have happened. And so interesting race for sure. The second half of the race is pretty wild. Well, all right. Let's talk to some drivers. Let's find Cody Bame and see what his thoughts are on the race. Hey, Cody, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Man, it's going good, man. Well, that race was pretty wild. Crazy finish there at the end. Able to dodge all that mess and come away with a third place finish, man. Talk about your race.
Yeah, I was just kind of riding around the first part, and we got caught up in a wreck there, and just kind of Daytona, Talladega kind of deal. But I mean, really got lucky there at the end, just how everything played out. But rather win. But I think if we had another lap, we would have passed the 2 cars in front of us. But it is what it is.
Well, just a wild race with all the different strategies and stuff. I mean, did everything play out like y'all wanted it to, your team, or were y'all having to call a lot of audibles there at the end?
I mean, yes and no. We were going to come in pit at the end of that green flag run there, but it ended up just going. We ended up getting that caution, so it kind of threw a wrench in things. But I mean, we all ended up towards the front at the end. Just kind of is what it is. But I thought Oswald was going to have a win there, but he got wrecked, so that kind of stinks. But it was a good race.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. Well, congratulations on a third place finish at Daytona. That's always tough to do. But you got any sponsors, shout outs? Anybody want to?
Yeah, I want to take a shout out to the whole league, Original Rebels, everybody, Josh Oswald for painting me a cool car all the time, and you guys up in the booth that do everything you do. That's pretty cool. Thank you.
All right, well, there you have it. Third place finisher. I hope I got him in the right spot. All right, Mickey Isaac up next, finishes in second. Let's talk to Mickey. Mickey the Eddie the boot, you got me? Oh. Mickey the Eddie the boot, you got me?
Hey, Eddie.
Hey, man. Well, pretty good race for you. You were up front, up towards the front most of the race, and quietly had your shot to win it there at the end. Just came up a little bit short.
Yeah, I stayed up front 3, 4, 5, 6 all night. And the last lap or so there, I saw a hole for the outside, went for it, fell back 3 wide. And I really don't know what happened. Got back to the lead, and last corner there, it was crazy. I don't know. We kind of bumped each other, and I came up a little short.
Well, pretty good run for you. Every time that 01 gets behind you at a plate track, you got to feel pretty good. But almost was able to get the win, but like you said, just came up just a little bit short. Second place, though, nothing to sneeze at. Man, I don't know. Daytona and the Arca car are pretty crazy. So, but as always, man, who you got to thank? Any shout-out sponsors?
We want to thank Mission 22 for everything they do. Of course, you guys, you with the broadcast, and everyone putting on a show every week.
Well, there you have it. Mickey Isaac coming home in second place. Would like to talk to our leader, but it looks like I don't see Greg in Discord, so I don't know if he's gonna join. We'll give him a few minutes. We'll go through the results, see if he joins. If he does, we'll grab him, pull him up in here. But your race results here. Greg Froenick takes the win. Mickey Isaac finishes second. Cody Bame finishes third. Brandon Wallace comes home in fourth. Jason Lottridge in fifth. Greg Barnett in sixth. Charlie Gates Jr. in seventh. Josh Oswald eighth. Matt Clem in ninth. Alan Renecki 10th. Jonathan Cofield 11th. Colton Lanford 12th. 13th Stephen McDonald. 14th Jason Warren. 15th Brandon Pollock. 16th Stephen Gibson. 17th William Griffith. 18th Ryan Derrick. 19th Tyler Rice. 20th Jason Matson. Josh Lokovitz 21st. And Gene Walkington in 22nd. Well, no Froenick in chat, so unfortunately will not be able to interview you. But congratulations, Greg, on the win. Able to get it done tonight at Daytona. So congratulations. And, well, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. A lot of fun. We will be back here on Rebel Racing Network on Apex Thursday nights. Just broadcasting Thursday and Fridays this season. And so tomorrow night, no broadcast. We'll be at the Cup Series at Charlotte. And then I think Kentucky on Sunday night. So looking forward to that. Go check them out on Intensity Sunday night. Josh Hall does a great job. Great broadcast. So anyway, y'all have a good night. We'll see you later.